So this is a 2016 GT4. This is my friend Dave's car. He's the one who introduced me to Porsches. So I am going to let him talk about his car. Then we are going to walk around.
Sure. So 2016 GT4, and as you can see, this is the first generation of the GT treatment for the Cayman.
So when you say GT treatment, what do you mean by that?
Well, it's the first time that the Cayman got, I guess, GT, the GT department, the Porsche GT department worked on a Cayman. The engine, they've got this is a 3.8 liter, an engine from a Porsche Carrera, a flat six, no turbos. It's been tuned by GT, again the GT department. Suspension, it's got the GT3 suspension in the front. What else? Yeah.
So we'll take a look at the engine compartment, but I wonder whether we could see much.
It's not much. So as you know, the Cayman is it's a mid-engine car.
Cayman is a mid-engine car, so
yeah.
This is a mid-engine car?
Yeah, it's a mid-engine car. So you don't really see much of an engine at all. So there's really no engine at all. I mean, it's in here. It's
no engine. Oh, car without engine. Okay, so it's right on that area.
Yeah.
Okay.
Whereas in the Carrera, it's it's rear engine, right? So it's further back.
Okay, tell me about this big spoiler.
Again, it's it's for downforce. Pretty much all GT cars have a spoiler. Yeah, it's one of the features that it's something that you recognize right away that it's a GT4. It's just by the spoiler.
By the spoiler, okay. Yeah. So now let's take a look at the cockpit, and can you tell me about the seats? It is a special upgrade, or what's the story about this?
It's one of the options that the car comes with. So these are carbon fiber bucket seats.
Okay.
It's an expensive option. So this car has that.
And I just came with him in this car, and I could not figure out how to open the door. So this is how you pull to unlock. So
yeah, it's a strap that they got again.
Again, that must be option.
It's not an option. It's standard. It's they say it's a weight saving measure, but really it's I think it's one of those features.
It's an inconvenience, but so let me show you the cockpit. So I'm going to go ahead and turn off the radio. Okay, there we go. So the classic Porsches come with the 5 instrument cluster. This one has 3. There is I think it's a chronometer, or what do you call that clock there? Or is it just a clock?
Yeah, it's part of the it's part of the package. It's part of the chrono package. Yeah.
Okay, part of the chrono package. Okay. So got all the creature comforts, and can you turn the key on so we can see the instrument cluster, or is it?
One of the things I guess is the steering wheel, which is again unique to GTs. There's no other controls in there. It's just a steering wheel. It's just a basic steering wheel.
Nothing.
No other controls.
Now Dave used to have a GTS, and it has all kinds of controls on the steering wheel, right?
Yes, that's
so
right,
this one is none. So you have about 3,000. How many? No, you got about 10,000 clicks on it.
Yeah.
It's not even broken in yet. Okay, can you put the key on? And so let's talk about the instrument panel.
Yeah. You want me to start the car? Or?
Start the car. Let's start the car and see. Okay.
So as far as this one has the Porsche navigation system in there. So it's part of the. But this is the previous generation navigation system that's in here. It's not the greatest, but it is there.
Better than nothing.
Yeah, but as far like compared to modern cars, this car is fairly basic. Even though for a GT4, it's pretty much loaded. It's got pretty much all the options that you would typically you can get on a GT4. But still, it is still compared to say another more modern car, it's fairly basic. The new Porsches that all come with all touch screen and things like that, whereas here, it's all the buttons. So here you got the.
What are those things?
So you got the sports button, you got the exhaust button, and the suspension. So as far as the sports button, when you press that, you get auto blipping.
Auto what?
Auto blipping. So when you drive a manual car, like usually, you instead of like you don't have to heel and toe the car. It does the heel and toe for
this one.
It does the heel and toe for you. You basically rev matches.
And what happened when you press the exhaust button?
It opens up the flaps.
Okay.
On the back, so it's a little more louder and raspier.
I know we have a frunk here, so shall we take a look at the frunk?
Sure, yeah.
Just a one suitcase.
Yeah, but considering it's a sports car, you got decent storage. You got storage here in the front as well as in the back. So.
Awesome.
Yeah.
So now only thing that we had to. Oh, can you rev up the car a little bit? So if you put the exhaust button now, would it make a difference, or is it only when you're driving?
Yeah, I'm not sure if it's noticeable, but I mean, you can.
Okay, we'll try.
That's without the exhaust.
Okay, that was without. So then what happened when you put with? Oh, yeah, there is a little bit of a growl. So what we're going to do now, we're going to jump in the car and we are just going to go for a ride, and we'll put this one attached on the windshield. So one of the things that I do want to point out is these are the air intakes, because this is a mid-engine car. That's both sides, they have this air intake scoop. Dave, I know your previous GTS, those seats had, I can adjust it however that I want.
Yeah.
Any luck with these ones?
Well, the only adjustment that you really have is you can go back and forth, and there's a little height adjustment feature. That's the only thing. As far as the angle of the seat.
So this is the height adjustment, and it just go back and forth.
And there's a manual adjustment to go back
And
and forth.
These are, how much are these extra? How much?
It's like almost $6,000. Yeah.
$6,000 even doesn't have even a button to press and have the seat go backward or forward, and cannot do anything about this. That's it. And it's $6,000. Okay. So we decided to take a little ride, and so we are doing about close to. Well, we are slowing down now, but we were at about 80 kilometers. So I assume that's the heel to toe, the kind of a thing, or matching, or is it on the rev matching?
Yeah.
Okay. Now just in the third gear, right?
Third gear, yeah. So one of the things with this GT4, and some people actually complain about it, is the long gearing on the car.
So when you say long gearing, it can go for a
Yeah, the gears are spread out, so it's, you know, by the time you hit like the third, you're at highway speeds, well into highway speeds, and you know, to get the maximum out of the car, you have to keep the revs up, right?
Okay, so normally if you are driving a regular car, by now I'll be on the 5th gear.
Yeah, so I mean, I'm on the 4th, and I'm pretty, you know, like well below, like, you know, around 3,000 RPM.
So what gear are you on? 3rd or 4th?
I'm on 3rd right now.
3rd, okay. Still low RPM, okay.
So I think the trick to driving this car is really you have to start using the first. Like usually, you know, in most cars, the first is, you know, just to get the car rolling, and then you know, usually tend to go into the second, right? Whereas here, you actually drive with the first.
Okay.
So that's kind of the trick to it. If you do that, then the car can starts to make sense. If not, you're not getting the best out of this car.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Whoa. I feel all the G-forces.
It's much more playful car than the 911s. Like the modern 911s have a lot of grip, whereas this one, you know, going into the corners, it doesn't have as much grip, but it's controllable.
And you have full control, you feel it.
Yeah, it's much more controllable. Whereas with the 911, you know, it's you have the grip, but then, you know, if you cross the line, then it's hard to bring it back in line. So that's kind of the main difference between the two cars, I would say.
The modern 911.
Yeah, I'm talking about the modern 911s, where it's you know, they've got a lot of grip,
So yesterday, for the first time, I had the pleasure of driving my old. I have a 1975 911. After 14 years, and I mean, I did not have the car for 14 years. I had the car for 3 years, so we were able to get it fully mechanical restoration completed, and I drove it for the first time. Similar to this, it's all analog, nothing, no electronics, but you feel the road.
Yeah. Feedback that you get from the front end through the steering is it's you know, you don't get that in a lot of the modern cars that we get now. You know, as you know, I mean, I've got an M3 as well, and you know, they're fun cars as well, but not the same as far as the feedback that you get
on the steering.
Yeah.
Now I know, Dave, you also getting a brand new. Is it another GT4?
Yeah, so I'm getting the 718 GT4, and so I should be getting that in about a week's time. So this is going to be one of my last drives on this car. So it's almost like an exit interview that we're doing on this car.
So you had this car for how long?
I had it, so I didn't get this new. So I had it for about 10 months. Had it for about 10 months, and it's really been fun. It's really been fun.
I know I got the chance to go with you on many other places. I know this is not designed for passenger comfort. I have a hard time getting in out and getting in and getting out.
Yeah, I would say it's a car for the long trips. But saying that, I mean, it's not, to me, it's not that uncomfortable. I mean,
so is this the next one? We'll take a right, then we'll go to the airport road.
Yeah.
That way we can open up the car a little bit.
Sure. Yeah.
We should have taken this car on the Snake Road.
Yeah.
Well, there will be another video with the brand new GT4. I hope these guys. Oh, okay, actually they are letting us go. I'm going to show the instrument panel. Well,
so one of the things that I'm probably going to be missing is the sound, the flat six sound on this car. I mean, this one's got the stock exhaust, but the sound is pretty unfiltered on this car, whereas with the new one, because of new emission rules, they got on the exhaust they have a particulate filter on the car, which is supposedly will filter some of the sound that's coming out of the car. So that's something that I'll have to look into. In fact, actually, I've already ordered a new exhaust system for that car.
interesting.
So it's coming from Europe. So I'll take a few weeks. Because a lot of people that are actually getting the new GT4 are ordering exhaust systems, or some of these. Anyways, they're back-ordered, so it'll take a few weeks for me to get it.
Easily touching 120, and what gear are we in?
Well, it's still on the
Third gear.
Basically cruising on the floor.
So he's just cruising on fourth gear, just about 100 clicks on this little country road. Just a beautiful, beautiful drive. That's the same car that we just passed a little while ago. Oh, is it a different one? Or the same guy?
Maybe,
Okay, it's a sharp turn coming. back on the
Not
first
some-
gear.
Yeah, usually something that I would never do. It took me a while to get used to that.
Fourth gear now. So easily 130 on the third gear. Okay, so that concludes this ride on the GT4. So hopefully the following video about a GT4 will be a brand new 2020 GT4.
That's right, yeah.
Yeah, it will be a 2020 GT4. So good that we have some sort of a baseline to show what this 2016 GT4 looks like, and then the ride on a brand new GT4. Hope you guys will subscribe. There are a lot more Porsche videos coming on this channel since I get my old classic as well. Mine is not as fancy as this one. It's a 1975, so it's a generation 2 2.7S, so it's a simple car. So look for those videos.